Hello, it's Martin here with Danny after our 3-0 FA Cup win over Swindon Supermarine. Great result, Danny, really.
Yeah, cup football is all about getting through. I thought first half Swindon Supermarine had the better chances. You know, Luke pulled off a great save. Two's gone crashing across the 6-yard box, and all he needed was a touch. And I have to give full credit to Bobby and Supermarine for that. But then I think the goal right on half time. Yeah, it was against the run of play. I'm not going to say it wasn't. I did think it was against the run of play, but yeah, we take it. Obviously, it was a good finish from Connor, and then second half. Yeah, I thought obviously we dominated from start to finish in the second half, and obviously crucial point. Obviously, yeah, scoring straight after half time as well, and then going on and getting the third. And the most pleasing thing is a clean sheet. I don't think I've ever said that to you, Martin, have I? But yeah, no, kept a clean sheet into the hat. That's all that matters. Money for the football club, and we move on.
Yeah, I mean, Conor McDonagh is back with a bang, a hat-trick from him. He just scores goals, doesn't he?
Scores goals, yeah. But like I said, I keep saying, how much did we miss him last year? He's a top player. But you know what's going to come out my mouth? James Hollis is one player of the month. Harry Williams is our top goal scorer. Carl Toos is, one of the lads that I've had, for a long time. He runs himself into the ground and does a lot of unselfish stuff. And he deserves more praise than he gets. And yeah, like I said, we're blessed to have him. But Connor is a goal scorer. He is a sniffer, of chances. And yeah, it's good to get him up and running. And of course, it's probably going to be quite sweet for him, obviously being a Supermarine player.
Special mention with the midfield today as well. I thought they really run their socks off.
Yeah, I thought I thought George Smith played very well. You get with George, obviously, you get blood, guts, thunder. Sometimes not great on the ball, if I'm honest. He knows he gets better, but I always say that to him. But yeah, no, he was excellent, and like I said, Joe Shepherd, I run out of superlatives for him, really, truthfully. He's a machine, an animal, and everything that he embodies Hungerford town, really and truthfully. And Zach, I thought Zach was quiet, and then he come alive. I thought Zach he come alive a bit more in the second half. He had a bit more of the ball. Like I said, signing him, trying to get him here to give us a little bit something different that we don't have. He's not a headless chicken like the other ones, I'd say, but he's a calming influence on the ball, and he's very clever with it. And yeah, like I said, it was a good all-round performance, not just from him, but obviously and the midfield, but it was a good all-round performance. Like you say, clean sheet, into the hat. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and you must be pleased as well, because it could have been a really emotional game, with tempers flaying, because both sides know each other inside out, but we really kept our cool.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Obviously last year we didn't, did we? And we got rightly reprimanded from the FA and things. I think this year our disciplinary record has been a lot better. Obviously, yes, that's one big thing that we had to address, because we want to keep 11 players on the pitch. Of course it could be emotional. There's so many subplots today and things like that. If I'm honest with you, I don't care. I really don't care. All I care about is my Hungerford town and getting through and getting to the hat and earning money, and that's what the FA Cup does. And like I said, the draw's Monday, and we look forward to it.
Indeed. Susie pulled up a bit at the end. Is he going to be all right, you think?
We have to assess on Tuesday at training. He said he felt a slight niggle in his hamstring, so we have to assess that. Obviously, Reece Tyler was touch and go to be back in the squad today, so that's good. Like I said, he's got 2 training sessions ahead of him this week, and pretty much apart from that, everybody is actually all fighting fit and ready to go to home to Poole Town on Saturday.
Yeah, obviously Poole Town on Saturday. We know what they're all about. Very good side, and had a great start to the season as well.
Yeah, top, aren't they? So like I say, and Pat and Joe are two class managers. They're very good. They've assembled a hell of a squad down in Poole. Like I said, we look forward to it. Let's enjoy again today. I always say that. Let's enjoy tonight, and then obviously we start concentrating on Poole Town on Tuesday.
Well, Arsenal Hungerford double for you, Danny. So well done today, mate.
Yeah, you don't get much better than that. Let's hope my sister wins tomorrow as well.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Cheers, bye.